All right, guys, the holidays have been super crazy, and so I've been a bit behind for the first time in my eBay business in a while, but now things are starting to get caught up again. I've also been super sick all of December, but I'm feeling a lot better, so I'm ready to start really tackling some stuff. I have more time to put into content and to put into live streams, so I'm happy to be able to do more live Q&As. The reason that I do so many live Q and A's is because I get a ton of questions every single day through Instagram DMs, through Facebook messages, through people reaching out to me through eBay. Which please don't do that because a lot of times eBay flags those conversations, and you guys say contact me on Instagram or whatever. And I've actually had eBay reach out to me. So yeah, please don't ever message me on eBay about things when you have questions about reselling or anything like that. But I get a ton of questions on my email, my website, everywhere. And so I just cannot get to them all. I say that humbly. I really do my best to try to answer a ton of questions. But this is by far just the best place to answer all of those questions. I have time to really think about the answers, try to say them as detailed as I can, and it's time that I set aside to answer all these questions. So, if you guys have any questions about eBay, about reselling, about Poshmark, about yard sales, thrift stores, if you want to get to know me a little bit better, some personal questions, if you guys have really you want to ask me anything, you can go ahead and do so. Um, I want to talk about sales and eBay for 2024. Will it be a feast or a famine? I think that is completely up to us as resellers. I'm going to hop into my eBay numbers here. Let's see. For the first of the year, January, I did $701.31 on eBay. I did a couple hundred on Poshmark and things like that as well. I feel like the lighting in here is pretty bad, but that's okay. We're going to open one more thing right here. And I just want to know, how are your guys' sales going? I know a lot of times the holidays are crazy. Some people absolutely kill it on Christmas Day. Some people get absolutely slaughtered on Christmas Day. Some people have a really good New Year's Eve. Some people have a really bad New Year's Eve. Some people have a really awesome New Year's Day. Some people have a terrible New Year's Day. I did pretty good on New Year's. $700 is definitely a good day. And then New Year's Eve, I did $535.02. So I have actually been performing really well on the holidays. Christmas Day was $831. Christmas Eve was only $320. So that was definitely below average. And then, yeah, holidays are always weird. You never know what's going to happen. But 2024, I think, and let me let you guys know a little thing about like content and media and news. When you're lukewarm, you get less views. When you're overly optimistic, you get more views. And then when you're overly negative, you get the most views. So a lot of YouTubers and a lot of content creators are going to tell you that 2024 is going to be really, really good or really, really bad. And I actually think it's going to be really, really good. And I'm not doing that for the psychology or for the views. I really think that 2024 is going to be an awesome, awesome year. I don't know what's going to go. I don't know what's going to happen with the economy. No one really does. If it takes a downswing, I think that sales will increase because people go to eBay for deals and people still sell money. People still buy items and shop during recessions. If it goes that direction, I think that sales will go up, but average sales price may trickle down. And then I think if we just keep having a great, robust economy, then we'll just continue to have a ton of sales. So 2023, I know was hard for a lot of people on eBay. I know it was some people's best years ever on eBay, beginners, intermediates, and people that have been doing this for years and years and years and years. I have a few friends that have been doing this for 20 years, 15 years, and they said that 2023 was the best year ever. I have a lot of friends that have been doing this for 15 or 20 years that say that 2023 was one of the worst years ever. So let me know. What do you guys think? Let me know how January 1st went, if sales were worse, the same, or better. And then let me know if you think 2024 is going to be worse, the same, or better than your overall experience on eBay so far. So we're going to hop into the questions here. If you guys have any questions about reselling, about eBay, Poshmark, about yard sales or thrift stores, any technical questions, I'm happy to answer anything to the best of my abilities. If you guys have any questions about me, my personal life, or about business in general, anything you guys want to ask, I'm happy to answer. So everyone's saying, hey, what's up, Jake? Hello. How's it going, everybody? Happy New Year. Can you go over how to check sell-through rate? Yeah. So I'm going to do a video on this because I talk about this a lot and I explain it almost every single video, but I have new people coming to my channel every single day. I talk about this and then people ask what it is. So I'll make a dedicated video, but what sell-through rate is it's when I talk about sell-through rate and when other eBay YouTubers talk about sell-through rate, almost always we are talking about a 90-day sell-through rate because that's the information that eBay gives us right when we open the app. It gives you your 90-day total. And then when you search things and you filter to sold, it shows you how many have sold in the last 90 days. So when we talk about sell-through rate, we're talking about the last 90 days. If you look up an item, be looking out for this TikTok. It'll probably drop in like 4 or 5 days. This is a He-Man sword. There are 0 listed and there are 8 sold. So I can't even tell you what the percentage of that is, but it's an extremely fast sell-through rate items because I take the amount of items listed divided by the ones sold. So a better example are these Nighthawk internet modems. I think last time I checked, there were about 80 of these listed and they're like 120 sold. So that means these have about 150% sell-through rate. If there were 80 listed and 80 sold, then that's 100% sell-through rate. So to calculate sell-through rate, you take the amount of items listed divided by the amount of items sold in the last 90 days, and that's how you get your sell-through rate number. Love your content. Thanks for sharing your knowledge. Hey, appreciate that, Mary. Thanks for saying hi on Facebook. If you guys could like the video on Facebook and YouTube, that's cool. If you don't want to, it's cool too. Well, hello to you, J-Rides. So glad you're online. Hey, appreciate that. Hopefully you guys can just kind of put this on the background and listen while you work. I just got notifications that Daily Refinement and Harry Tornado are both live. So we'll see how this goes. We have 120 people in here, which is good. This is awesome. Thanks everyone for being here. Do you do any one-on-one coaching or consulting? I'm really trying to broaden my sourcing types. Right here. This is what we're doing right here. All the information that I put on YouTube is completely free. And I try to go as in-depth as possible and try to put out as much free content as possible. And then if you have any questions, you can always contact me here. I don't want to charge people for information that can be found on the internet. And humbly, I say this, like, even if you paid me like $100 an hour, like I humbly, when I'm working, I make a good amount of money per hour. So sometimes I'd be losing money, even taking coaching calls and things like that. So, and I just don't want to start a group. I don't want to charge people money for information that is already free on the internet. And I don't dog on people that charge for information either, because part of paying for this information is getting it presented to you in an organized fashion, which is great. There's a lot of value in that. And a part of being in groups also is that like you can ask more questions and have a more direct line to experts. There's value in that as well. It's just not part of my business plan, and it never will be. What's a simple beginner step-by-step to sourcing online? I don't have a good sourcing area, small town in Kentucky, and need to start sourcing. I have a video of that on my channel. Shane, if you're here, if you could put a link to that, that'd be cool. If you type in JRide online sourcing, I'm pretty sure that'll pop up. But I think it's titled like the best way to source for eBay : online sourcing or something like that. And it's step-by-step, so. Is there a certain threshold for getting an LLC is viable or needed as a full-time reseller? Thank you. Nope. I've heard of a lot of people doing up to like $500,000 as a sole proprietorship. I hear some people start their LLC without even making any money on eBay. It's just kind of up to you and what you and your CPA decide. I have no advice on that because it doesn't really matter. And a lot of times you will never need an LLC for eBay reselling. So a lot of people stay sole proprietorship for their whole career. Do you utilize any seller disclosures on eBay? Seller disclosures. I don't know what that means. Yeah, I don't understand the question. Maybe if you could phrase it a little differently. Quick question: do you wash your clothes, shoes whenever you buy them from a thrift store? Shoes, yeah. I clean everything that I get, except for clothing articles, because my thrift store does a very awesome job at washing and cleaning clothing items. So I don't need to. But everything else, yes, I get. So like I just some spray and a rag or a hand towel, whatever you guys call it, on this bad boy. I clean all of my items, but the clothing articles are already washed and prepped, so I don't have to. How long have you been flipping? I have been doing eBay flipping for just over 2 years. My very first sale was December 11th of 2022. So I did 2021. So I sold for like maybe 20 days in 2021, all of 2022, all of 2023, and now we're getting started here in 2024, the beginning of my 3rd year. Wish I didn't have to go back to work. First live, love your videos. We'll catch on the replay. Hey, appreciate that so much. Thank you. I bought my first DVD VHS combo for $5 after watching one of your videos and sold it for $65 plus $35 shipping. Who would have thought? Oh yeah, no, DVD VCR combo players are awesome. Just picked up one today. Question: what's your favorite live show to be a guest on? LOL. I was just on Soda City Flips. His name is Shane. I was just on his live. Is today? Well, today's only Tuesday. Getting pretty old. I was on his live last night, and it was a good time. I like being on Shane's live. It's a good time. Probably yours, man. What's up, Jared? I finally caught one of your lives, and I have to go pick up my daughter from kindergarten. All right, that's awesome. Well, enjoy the drive with your daughter, because I hear those guys go by quickly. Thanks for being here live too. I'd throw you a super chat, but I just copped those Bush and Loms. Can't wait to wear so I can keep up with the Joneses. LOL. You're the man. I'll rewatch later. Nice, man. I just copped those. Are you saying you bought them out of my store? Because I did just sell one of those like 2 days ago. So that was you. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. For such a young guy, you are incredibly grounded, well-informed, and the most straightforward person I have seen in this genre. Hey, appreciate that. Thank you so much. I do what I can. I'm out here trying. The economy will look amazing by fall. It will seem so good. It will make Biden look great and will help him get reelected. We'll see, man. The first thing to understand about economics is completely forget everything you know about economics. So who knows? We might have to increase rates. We may do an emergency cut. We may do an emergency raise. Jerome Powell is in charge of your financial future much more than Joe Biden is in charge of your financial future. So we'll see what happens. When seeing how many items there are for a particular item using a model number, it brings up the item, of course, but also remotes, etc., that work for that item. How do you get an accurate count? Yeah, so that's been a little funky lately. The whole 2 years I've been selling on eBay, if I type in RNT-V501A, only those remotes have popped up. And then just recently, now when I type that in, other remotes are also popping up. So you also have to do a little bit of minusing. If you put minus Philips, then it won't show you Philip remotes in that as well. So that helps out. But then you can also just go generally as well. But you got to be careful with that too. What should you be looking for when you enter a thrift store? Anything that sells with a fast sell-through rate. If you're new here, take a look at my what sold videos. I sell everything. So the answer to your question is not the one you're looking for. Everything sells. The best brand of everything sells. The best branded watch sells. The worst branded watch does not sell. The best branded DVDs, VCR combo players sell. The worst ones don't. The best toys sell. The worst sell. The worst toys do not. Unfortunately, it's not that simple. Any new bolos? Yeah, again, welcome to the channel. It changes every single day. I was just talking this morning on a TikTok how I sold a Google Mesh Wi-Fi router. I usually sold those between $40 and $50 6 months ago. Sold this one for $16 plus shipping. So everything is constantly changing, so you got to keep looking. But I mean, this is a bolo, this He-Man sword that I found today. It's from 2021, so it's pretty new. There are 0 listed and 8 sold, and they've all sold at about $18. So I'm actually going to list this at 30 because of that explosive sell-through rate. And if it sits for a while, then I'll mark it down to 18 and it'll sell immediately, most likely. How's it going, Robert? You look overworked, sweetie. I'm a bit tired. I have long COVID. I'm still napping every single day. It sucks. I usually nap 4 or 5 times a year. But I got COVID 27 days ago, and I've been taking a nap every single day, and it sucks. But I'm getting better and better. I don't feel very sick. I feel like 90%, but I'm still exhausted every day. But I want to be a billionaire. So just kidding. I don't want to be a billionaire. I want to have a lot of money, but I don't want to have a ton of money. If that makes sense. I just restarted a store. Been going well so far. Can't get items loaded quick enough. Best way to ship bats and golf clubs. You can go to used golf stores, and their dumpsters are filled with 4x4x40s or 5x5x40s or 6x6x40s. So that's the best way, is just to get them from the dumpsters, or just go in the shop and say, hey, I'm shipping out a golf club. Can I buy a box from you? And almost every time they just give it to you for free, in my experience. But I'm from like a really awesome, nice town. So I feel like the lighting here is terrible. Let's see if I can fix it a little bit. I think that's the best it's going to get. It's fine. Okay, let's see. I had 6 sales today for $475, so it's a good start. Yeah, that's awesome. Those are some awesome sales. Congratulations, Justin. Happy New Year. Hey, thank you so much. Thank you for your content. I've used a lot of your advice over the past few weeks. It's really helped my sales. Hey, I appreciate that, Jerry. That's all you, man. That's all you putting in the work. How is it going with cross-listing, and who do you use? I use Flip, which is free. I have to do the work to manually delist, which is totally fine. Cross-listing has been going good. I had 3,000 items in my store like 45 days ago, and I currently have only 2,300. So my store is shrinking, and it's shrinking rapidly. And a lot of that is because Poshmark, when you understand Poshmark, Poshmark is awesome, but you have to be serious about what you're doing. And by that, I mean willing to sell things for what people are willing to pay them for. So a lot of times we kind of get stuck, or like, okay, well, this item sold once in the last 90 days for $40. I want $40. But we also didn't see that the last 7 of them have only sold for $26. So if you list this hypothetical item on Poshmark for $26, and then you send out an offer for 20% off, it sells every single time. Like, Poshmark is awesome. As long as you put up quality items, you can force a sell. You can't, in my experience, you can't really force a sell on eBay. You can definitely increase your sales and increase the velocity of them. But like, I will do like a huge sale on eBay. I'll do like a 25% off across 1,000 items, and I'll get an extra 4 sales that day. But if I do a 25% off sale on 1,000 items on Poshmark, I will immediately get like 20 sales in the first hour. And then the other day I did a huge sale and I sold 86 items in one day on Poshmark. So cross-listing has been going really well. That was a really long answer, but there you go. How do you check the total number listings of an item? You just search it on eBay, and then it shows you on the bottom. It'll say like 428 listed or 16 listed. Batman Forever. Hi, I'm a clothing reseller on eBay and sell 600 to 700 items per month. That's awesome. I'm getting about 7 INADs per month, mostly due to color not as pictured. Any suggestions how to mitigate this? Most are untrue. Yeah, so that is less than 1%. Or just over 1%. So to be honest with you, I wouldn't worry about it. I would do my best to make sure that my listing process is fine-tuned, that I have the correct camera or phone or whatever you're using to list. But if something is happening 1% of the time, it's, in my opinion, out of your control. When huge companies like Apple and Microsoft and Zillow, when they start running into these 1% problems, they hire someone and pay them $100,000 to $250,000 a year to get it from 1% to 0.6%. So, in my opinion, you are killing it, and I wouldn't worry about it. I would just keep refining my process and making the best listings possible. But at 1%, like, it's if you put in $100,000 worth of effort, you can probably get it down to 0.6. But yeah, you can put $100,000 worth of effort into getting more clothing and selling more clothing. That's my opinion, and that's my advice. Do you keep multiple camera battery chargers to test cameras? Absolutely, I do. I have about 60. Not 60, maybe 40. You want to see them? They are right here. Oh, like 20 of them just fell out, but I have like 2 of these bags just with a bunch of different camera batteries. And I just buy the cheap Chinese ones. So, like, if you get a PowerShot S600 and they don't have that battery, it doesn't have the battery with it, just type in battery for PowerShot S600. You'll see the OEM original ones that say Canon that will be like $20 or $30. And then you'll see a bunch of Chinese knockoff ones named Castar. I like Castar. That are like $6 free shipping. Those are the ones I buy. Do you have any videos on shipping bigger items? Shipping them, no, but it's the exact same process, just bigger. So you just get a box, you put a bubble. Oh, in my #1 video, it's like an hour and 5 minutes long. I go over shipping, and I have like a pretty big massager, and I show how I ship it. Just wrap it in a ton of bubble wrap until I can't really see it anymore, and then I put it in a box and I ship it. Usually through UPS Ground. Hello. Greetings from Belgium. Nice to see you here. Happy New Year. Jared Phillips in chat. Thanks for being here. Appreciate you. Hey man, how many picks per garage sale or thrift stores do you get on average? My really good thrift store, every single day, Monday through Saturday, I find anywhere from 3 to 20 items. And then I usually find between 4 and 7. So yeah, about 5 or 6 a day, and sometimes 20, sometimes only 2 or 3. And then garage sales, it's completely unpredictable. Garage sales, it's usually 0, 0, 0, 0, 4, 0, 0, 0, 5, 0, 0, 0, 17, 0, 0, 1. It just depends. Today, I learned that selling bike tires is not worth it with the shipping rates. LOL, $78 to ship from Phoenix to Fresno. LOL. Yeah, Justin, you did that wrong. It's not that expensive. So did you just go to the post office and then print out a label? Because if so, eBay gives you huge discounts, or Pirate Ship gives you huge discounts. So even if that thing weighed 78 pounds from Phoenix to Fresno, it's still only going to be like probably $17. So yeah, keep learning more and more about shipping. And definitely just if you're not using eBay, at least use Pirate Ship. Put in the dimensions and stuff, and then they'll give you like 60% off through going through Pirate Ship. When you're checking sell-through rates for clothing, how do you find exactly the same item? You can't. Do you have a large vocab of clothing designs, Google Lens, or anything else? I struggle with pricing. Oh yeah, so an example for that. So for this is a Columbia PFG shirt. So I type in Columbia PFG XL. Oh, there's 1,600 listed and 900 sold. All right, that's about a 60, 70% sell-through rate. That's good for me. This one, for example, let's see if I can find it. Peter Millar shirt. I don't just type in Peter Millar shirt large because this has extra right here. It says featherweight UPF 50 plus. So I type in Peter Millar shirt featherweight large. If I just type in Peter Millar large, I don't have my phone on me. If I type in Peter Millar shirt large, I'm pretty sure there's going to be like 28,000 listed and probably like 16,000 sold. But if I type in Peter Millar featherweight, I'm pretty sure there's going to be less than 1,000 listed and more than 1,000 sold. So you don't have to, like, it's like, don't type in Peter Millar featherweight martini glass shirt because these are really tiny, small martini glasses. You don't have to do that at all. Just type in what I just said. The Peter Millar featherweight is good enough. Hope that helped. I'm here listening, currently driving. Sorry, man. No worries, Shane. Hi from Seattle. Happy New Year. Seattle's awesome. Great. A in-depth, easy to follow video on vocab would be invaluable. Haha. A in-depth, easy to follow video on vocab would be invaluable. Vocab of what? Like reselling vocab? Like flip? Or of, oh, you're talking about like item specifics? That's my first video. My first video that did really well is called This One Tip Exploded My Sales on eBay. And it talks about maximizing keywords. So yeah, I don't know like how I would do a video on that. Because in that video, I go over 3 specific items. So like, and then just off of those 3 items, you can expand that to other items. Also, J-Ride, you are by far the best and most informative, friendliest reseller in the game. Thanks, man. I've been reselling almost a year with 100 plus sales on Facebook Marketplace. Recently switching to eBay in December. Hey, that's awesome, man. Thank you for that compliment. There's a ton of awesome eBay YouTube resellers out here. So I don't know if I can say I don't know if we can say I'm the best, but I appreciate you, man. Catching the live for the first time while folding some laundry in the background. That's what I'm talking about. Thanks for being here. Every time. That's what these lives are set up to do. I really hope that you guys are just, working, getting some listings done, folding some laundry, maybe walking on a treadmill, doing something productive, and then learning while you do it. That's kind of what I have these envisioned for. So thanks. Just picked up a Leapfrog globe at Goodwill. Way more sold than listed. That's what I'm talking about. I've sold a few Leapfrog things. Some of them are worthless. Some of them are worth a ton. Be prepared. When you get an LLC, you have to start paying taxes every quarter. You need to pay taxes every time you make money anyway. So my wife and I just started reselling near Denver. Should we bluster our store with a lot of items to get moving, or low and slow? Low and slow. Only buy things that sell. Go watch my latest video. The very first tip I talk about is people focusing on store size instead of sell through. So I think that can be a valuable video for your question as well. There's a seller disclosure tab in the seller preferences on eBay. Just curious if you utilize it or leave it blank. Yeah, I leave it blank. Hey, I got my package. Love your content, but the packing crew needs some help. Did you buy something from me? Let me know what you bought. Go get her. I'm doing a live right now, honey. What's the best bubble wrap you use? I just type into eBay bubble wrap and I buy the first reasonably priced thing I see. Oprah. Getting old, lol. If you sell an item and can't locate it, how bad does eBay ding you? If it's just one time, it's not terrible, but it is like the worst buyer experience possible to buy something and then say, hey, just kidding, you can't have it. So yeah, don't do it. If you can control it, don't even do it once. But if it happens once, don't let it happen twice. And if it happens twice, don't let it happen 3 times. As close to perfect as you can be. I bought a GE profile nugget ice maker for $20. It didn't work. Do you recommend selling it for parts? What does eBay say? So type in GE profile nugget ice maker and then filter to parts. And if it has a good sell-through rate, then yes. I'm assuming it's going to have a 20% sell-through rate, so I would say no. What is your schedule for your live Q&A? No schedule at all. I just, when I have time, I go live. I know it's a little irritating, but just the way I have my business and life set up, to be completely honest with you guys, I don't have time for these, but when I can find 30 minutes to 90 minutes, I squeeze them in. So that's how I do things. Oh, wow. Okay. We have a ton of questions, so I'm not asking for super chats, but if you guys have burning questions, sometimes the only way I can get to them is if you guys super chat, because I am already hundreds of chats behind. Brandon Scott says, packing up 22 items to ship with your stream in the background. Cha-ching, you to go. Hey, appreciate that, Brandon. 22 items, that's awesome. Oh, I was going to say, yesterday, my sales, I did $701, which is good. But the sales price was way lower than normal. So let's see. Custom January 1st. So we sold 26 items for an average of $27 each. That's like the lowest average sales price I've ever seen in a day. But the sales 26 was awesome. So again, I'm doing some pretty aggressive sales. I'm trying to get my store down to 2,000, and it's going a lot quicker than I thought. If you count Whatnot and Poshmark and Dibdit and eBay, we're selling like 50, 60 items a day. So my store is shrinking very rapidly, which is awesome. I want to get to a point where I just have 2,000 items listed, selling 3,000 items every 90 days. That's my goal. To have a huge, super fast sell-through rate store. 2,000 items isn't huge, but maintaining 2,000 items with above a 100% sell-through rate seems daunting, but I'm going to try to do it. That's the goal. Oh, hey, I just got a notification that across all videos that have the tag eBay selling, this live is already ranked in the top 40. Sweet. Let's keep moving that up. All right, let's get back to the questions here. See if I can find my place. Okay. I appreciate your videos. I was able to expand my business by watching your videos. My Q4 was great, and I'm hoping my Q1 is just as good. Hey, Darren, that was not me. That was you, man. I'm sure you watched a lot of me and some other content creators, and it helped you out, but you were the one that actually did all the work to improve your store. So all that credit goes to you. Are you saying you wash the clothes you get, or you're thinking Goodwill does? Goodwill does not wash clothes. I live in Utah. Deseret Industries is goated. Deseret Industries washes all of the clothes before they hit the floor, and they do an extremely good job. So I don't have to wash my clothes because my thrift stores are freaking dope. Like, they're so awesome. Oh, the economy being good by the fall. Yeah, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Forget everything you know about economics, and we'll see what happens. Are you still cross-listing? Because everyone said that like we were going to be full on depression right now, and we still haven't gotten there. So we'll see what happens. Are you cross-listing, and what are the program you use? Yeah, I only cross-list clothing items to Poshmark, and I use Flip, FLYP. Appreciate the fast shipping on your Whatnot auction. When's the next one? Again, that's super random too. That's just when I want to clear out a ton of stuff. But yeah, just kind of follow me on social media, and when they pop up, I guess. We only buy over an 85% sell-through rate. He said buy the sell-through rate, not the item. Wisdom. Yep. Don't buy items, buy sell-through rate. That's it. Can you describe how much research you put into something before you decide to branch out and start not only selling but looking at those items? Can you describe how much research you put into something before you decide to branch out and start not only selling but looking for those items? So, my grandma told me if something's heavy, it's usually worth money. So I and you can just tell when things are cheap Chinese plastic and when things are kind of better made. I'm constantly watching YouTube videos of other people picking things up, and I guess it just kind of comes with time. You can just recognize things that are worth more money than others. And then I still to this day just look up random things and I get surprised. So yeah, I'm very comfortable in my like 57 niches that I sell in. And then I just keep expanding every single day and looking up random things. So yeah, it just takes time and just keep looking. I know that's not like a very detailed answer, and I'm kind of disappointed in the answer. But yeah, it just comes with time. Just keep looking things up, keep watching YouTube videos, and then you'll just keep expanding and expanding and expanding. But if I look something up and it has a 300% sell rate, I buy it. If it has a 100% sell rate, I buy it, and I do the research as I'm listing it. Let's see what we got here. Hey, look, my first tax write-off of 2024. $10 super chat from Soda City Flips. If you guys don't know Shane yet, really cool guy. Really cool person, really cool YouTuber. Everyone, click away. We have 270 people in here. Everyone, click away from this video and go subscribe to Soda City Flips. Really awesome guy. Appreciate you, Shane. Hopefully you didn't do that super chat while driving because that's dangerous. Let's see here. Quick question on sell-through rate. Should we look for higher listed items with 100% sell-through rate for faster sales? Should we look for higher listed items with 100% sell-through rate? I don't understand the question. Are you saying like items that have more listed? For example, 4 sold, 4 listed, a 100% sell-through rate is amazing, but 18,000 sold, 18,000 listed. Is that kind of what you're asking? Yeah, in my opinion, 100% sell-through rate is 100% sell-through rate. If you want to clarify that question a little better for me, I can try answering it again. Just hit 12.5K on 76 items, started November 20th. Appreciate the insight. That's awesome, Terry. That's really good. Almost 13,000 items on almost $13,000 on less than 100 items is really good. Keep that up. Hey, I was about to talk crap on your last video. Oh, go ahead. Yeah, if you want to talk crap on it, you can do that. I'm not opposed to other people's opinions. My wife has long COVID. She is exhausted. Praying for you both. Yeah, dude. Long COVID sucks. I think I have a very mild form of it though, because I am really tired. But I'm still able to go to work every day and push through it. And then I just need a 15-minute to 2-hour nap every single day of my life. But I'm really hoping that's stopping by. Hope it stops tomorrow. But I think I'll have about 2 more weeks of this. Hopefully not 2 more months. Do you ever source video games? Yeah, I just sold Star Wars Battlefront 2 for the original Xbox for $25 today. And I source consoles and Wii Sports and all that good stuff. But it accounts. I probably sell like 50 video games a year. I just don't come across them a ton, but I'm not like avid. I feel like video games are one of the ones you have to actively look for because every single town has at least one video game seller and one video game collector, and usually there's hundreds in each city. So you have to actively be looking on Facebook and yard sales and things like that if you want to. You don't really just stumble upon them usually, in my experience. Hello from West Palm Beach. How's it going? Rise and Grind. Love the name. eBay selling will be whoever can outwork their competitors to steal a sale. Exactly. And that's just not eBay. That is every single industry ever. If you want to start a pest control company, you have to be better than other pest control companies. If you want to cook and sell burgers, you got to cook better burgers and you got to have a better marketing strategy than the burger down the street. Why think the is best? What is the best way to advertise for eBay, Facebook Marketplace, and Etsy? No, eBay. The reason why eBay charges fees is because they do the advertising for you. Don't advertise your eBay store at all. That's why we pay the fees, which in my opinion are completely fair, and a lot of people don't like that take on them. But the reason why we pay those fees is because eBay does the job of putting your item in front of millions of eyeballs. So don't advertise your items extra on top of what eBay is already doing, because eBay does an incredible job of putting your items in front of people for you. That's why we pay the fees that we do. Do you use the eBay app to list items? Yes, I've been having issues uploading photos via the app. I haven't had any of those issues. Maybe you just need to delete eBay and then re-download it. There's always glitches and things here and there with every single app and every single company in the world. But yeah, I list all of my items through the app on my phone. I'm selling about 75 to 100 cards a month on eBay, mostly in the $10 to $20 range. Should I get an eBay store? Been going strong for about 9 months. It depends how. You can type into Google, when should I get an eBay store? And there will be a link that it asks you questions, how many you have listed, how many you plan on listing, and then it will tell you, oh, you should upgrade to the $5 store or the $20 store. Usually at about 300 active items is when you should get the first store. And then at about 1,000-ish, I haven't looked into these numbers or data lately, but you can just type that into Google and it'll answer it for you, which is really awesome. I'm at like 12 sales for over 1K for the year. That's awesome. Or today, which is even awesome. Both are awesome. I want to believe. Did you use Reseller Genie? No, I've had a ton of businesses before, so I've always had an accountant that does everything for me. Purging holiday items as we pack up Christmas. Should I list now or hold until next season? I think both answers are correct here. So if you want to get top dollar and you have the storage and you have other items and you're cash flowing, yeah, you can hold on to them. If you're doing this as a hobby and as like a minor side hustle, you can definitely hold on to them and then list them when they're a bit hotter. But if they're Christmas items, I would start listing them in September. But if it was me and my business, I would list them right now. But each business is a little different. I think both answers are correct, and you just have to decide what's best for your personal business. But if it was my business, I'd list them right now. Been watching a while. I've been reselling since 1980, a store, eBay casually since 2010. But now my family situation is making it a necessity. I thank you for all your great tips and strategies. Thank you. Hey, Robin's Nest. Thank you. Appreciate that. Thrift Daddy. What a dope name. Try promo listing trending plus 10%. You will get more sales fast. Yeah, if you want to increase the velocity of your sales, you can do that. I always recommend starting at the lowest and then just increasing slowly until you get to a point where you're comfortable with your sales. What's up? What advice would you give starting a reselling YouTube channel? I would recommend that okay, I'm very serious with what I'm saying right now. Some people don't like this advice, but if you are easily provoked or you are deeply saddened when people insult you or make fun of your physical appearance, I would not do it. YouTube, long form, and especially short form YouTube, like shorts and TikToks and Facebook, people will literally rip you apart. So if you can't handle that, don't do that. Don't do it. With that being said, if you feel like this is something that you want to do, you want to learn from the top of the industry and then be different from them. So a lot of people really like how the Commonwealth picker and flipper does his videos, and then they just copy him too closely, and then their channel doesn't work out too well because it's just a Kevin clone. A lot of people really like Harry Tornado, and they try to copy him just too closely, and then they don't get a ton of traction because it's just another Harry Tornado clone. I would say that my channel is most similar to Daily Refinements, but it's also very different from daily refinement. So I have learned a lot from daily refinement, not only for YouTube, but also for eBay. And I have modeled my YouTube account after his a little bit, but I am J-Ride and I have made it my own. Recently, Paige, the 1 foot flipper, has started saying that I'm like the next Harry Tornado. And then the Commonwealth Pickers kind of ran with that a little bit on the Trash to Cash podcast. I would say I'm more of like I'm way more similar to Daily Refinement than I am Harry Tornado. But you want to, some of the best business advice I've ever received is copy the top, but do it better. And so if you want to grow a channel similar to how I have or better, copy me, but do it better. So I would recommend really watching my channel, Kevin's channel, Chris's channel, Josh's channel. There's a lot of other really good channels like the Homeschool Pickers channel. You can learn a ton from. Part-Time Picker, you can learn a ton from. Watch all these channels, absorb a lot of information, and then really like do similar videos, but that they're your own. And I would also recommend not having a, hey guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. Go ahead and like and subscribe. It really helps out the channel. Don't do that. Just get directly into the content that you promised in your title and thumbnail. Struggling with how to do tax reporting on eBay sales. Any tips? Get a CPA. Definitely get someone who is licensed and listen to what they say. Don't listen to what a YouTuber has to say. And yeah, the best advice for sure is just paying the $50 to $200 or $500 if you're a bigger operation, or I don't know what cost of living is in your town or city, but definitely get a CPA to help you out with that, and then follow their advice and do what they tell you. So when you started making $10,000 to $20,000 a month after a year, also is it wise to start 2 or more channels? Started making. So I think the very first month I did eBay, January, I did $5,000 in sales. And then February, I think I did 15,000. And then from March on, I started doing around 20,000 plus every single month in revenue. Is it wise to start 2 or more channels? So before I started my YouTube channel, I was like, man, why is there ADH Dave picks and ADH Dave flips? I'm like, why is there a Commonwealth picker and why is there a Commonwealth flipper? And when I started my channel, I said, I'm just going to do one channel. I don't like, it's still eBay, like both audiences want eBay related stuff, right? And I've done like 2 live picking channels, 2 live picking videos, and they've both tanked. They're 2 of my like least viewed videos because this audience is interested in actually learning about how to sell on eBay. And yeah, they're interested in yard sales and stuff too, but not always necessarily. And then on the flip side of that coin, even more exaggerated, there are a ton of people interested in watching people go into yard sales and thrift stores that do not care about eBay promoted listings whatsoever. They don't even care about eBay at all. So because of that, I'm going to be starting a J-Ride Picks channel in the spring. And so I definitely recommend being as niche as you can, especially in the beginning, and just focusing on that for a channel. And then if you want to start talking about other stuff, I would actually recommend starting another channel. I noticed that when you show your sales on the computer, the solds seem high. Is that because they include shipping? Is there a way for you to show the sales without showing shipping costs? Yeah, on all my like TikToks and short form, it says like $49 plus shipping. But like on my longer form videos, it just shows like instead of $49 plus shipping, it just shows $72.68. So that's what someone paid for it, but I probably listed it at $50 plus shipping. So that's an important distinction. By the way, I really appreciate your content. Hey, thanks, Susan. Appreciate that too. Having a hard time finding accurate STR for clothing. How specific should our search be? We'll see similar looking clothing, but not the same when searching. Do you just use likeness items to figure STR? Yep, likeness items. Before I started my YouTube channel, Chris Daly Refinement was talking a lot about nuance. Like, can nuance be taught? And there is a lot of nuance when it comes to looking up, especially clothing articles. So that's why, like, man, you can't mess up on the sell-through rate of this item because you just type in Nighthawk MS60. There's a model number. But if you type in Polo Ralph Lauren green shirt, you can definitely get confused on what the actual sell-through rate of the item is. So when it comes to clothing, you have to learn more about clothing. So yeah. Thanks for your tips. Fairly new and started picking up and selling housewares and flat irons, two categories I wouldn't even think about looking at before. Yep. And that applies to every single category ever. There are always terrible items that do not sell. And then there is always a premium brand for everything you can think of that sells for a ton of money. Hi, how do you tell if sunglasses are real? I have some Oakleys I'm not 100% sure on. If you're not 100% sure on, I just wouldn't sell them. Oakley is actually not faked as much as you think it would be, but it is faked for sure. And I don't know how to tell you. Like, there's videos on it. Like, just look up on YouTube how to tell if Oakleys are real, or how. And you can even look up like the name of them. Like, how to know if my Oakley Flak 2.0s are real. Hundreds of videos. So I'd watch those videos. But yeah, if you're unsure about it still after those videos, then I just wouldn't even list it. How do you deal when people ask odd questions about an item? It depends how odd it is. If it's extremely odd, I just say no thanks. And then sometimes people get mad or whatever. Not usually, but that just shows eBay that, like, hey, like, I'm doing my best here, but these people are just wild. Because eBay understands that there are just really weird people out there. The longer the message, the worse it's going to be. So sometimes, like, people will ask a ton of questions, and then I'll literally say, I don't recommend you buying this item off of eBay with the amount of questions you have. I would buy it brand new. Well, but I don't want to buy it brand new. I understand that, but based on the questions you are asking me, it will not fulfill your expectations in any used condition. So you should buy this new or not buy it at all. And then I stop responding to them. Batman Forever. The problem is the INADs are coming in at about 1.1%, and eBay is charging me 5% for a high ratio return of INADs. So even though I'm a top rated seller, it costs me an additional $1,000 a month a piece. Okay, that's definitely an issue. So if you're using an iPhone, then I would switch to a camera. If you're using a camera, then I'd probably switch to an iPhone. I would buy, if that's the case, if it's costing you an additional $1,000 in fees a month, I would buy $600 worth of lighting to make sure that it is completely accurate and representing exactly what they're showing. If there was no additional fees, I wouldn't worry about it. So you got to think about it like this: you're going to lose $1,000 a month because of your photos. Spend $200 to $600 on lighting to give the most accurate photos possible. And then if the INADs are ridiculous, then just report them. Send them back half of their money and send them back. Don't reimburse them for the shipping, and then report them that, like, hey, this was actually accurately described from the photos and the description. And then eBay will have your back, and if they don't have your back, they'll send you an email saying, hey, we actually don't think that we actually think that this is a true INAD. And then you can base your photos and your descriptions off of that information. But if it's costing you $1,000, buy better lighting, or increase your details in your descriptions and things like that. Do you list all of your items? Do you have a stockpile that you save 4 times a year, or in case of a slow market? Nope. Everything I get, I list as fast as possible. And I know we live in a throwaway culture. There will never not be enough items. And if you can't find enough items, then you just have to drive further. So I'm moving in a year or so I have more access to more items. So you just got to do what you got to do to get more items. But I list everything that I get. And I also have a draft bank of like 150 items right now. Hello, bought from eBay. How do you prove to the IRS the amount you paid for an item when you pay with cash at a garage sale? You establish your business and have enough of them. This isn't tax advice. Talk to your own accountant. But if you can prove that every single month you buy 500 items and they're on average $5, then you can just prove, hey, I bought 1,200 items this year for an average cost of $4.78 per item. And that's okay with the IRS if you have enough track history. But talk to an accountant. Don't listen to me. I listed 200 CDs during the Christmas holidays and realized only after I listed 30 or so more others listing that I was paying an insertion fee for probably well over half of them. Yay. Yep. Go get a store. It's all right. Just learn from your mistake and keep blasting away. All right, guys. We're coming up on an hour. I have, oh, wow. Oh, wow. Hundreds and hundreds of comments to get to. Maybe not hundreds, maybe like over 100 for sure. Oh, sweet. Bama Jaybird Resell. I just watched your video last night. It was a really good one. I was going to comment, but then I fell asleep. But I can tell that you're putting a ton of effort into your videos, which is awesome. So anyone that's never heard of Bama Jaybird Resell, he has a small YouTube channel that he just started, and you guys should definitely go over and give him a subscribe and watch his videos. He's killing it. He says, "What's up, brother? Do you anticipate the emergence of any new unexpected categories for 2024 in terms of becoming bolos trending items?" Not really. That we'll be able to find in thrift stores. I don't know. People are getting upset with Spotify, Apple Music, Hulu, and Netflix. So I could see a possible resurgence in DVDs and CDs and stuff. Maybe media has a small or moderate resurgence, but just too hard to predict. So I don't know. But yeah, everyone, again, go follow Bama Jaybird Resell. Awesome channel. It's called fudging the numbers until you get the results you want. Yeah, you're probably referencing something that I was talking about at 1:21 p.m. I am 30 minutes behind on comments, guys. Sorry. Doing what I can. I really appreciate all the support you guys give to me. This is awesome. Probably gonna have to start getting some mods in here. And but yeah, appreciate everyone. Hello, just discovered your channel. I'm new to eBay, but have been selling on Etsy for several years. How do you handle USPS damage claims, or do you even deal with them and just refund? At this point in my business, it's just I just take the loss. When you're new and you still aren't having dozens of sales every day, I would definitely take the time to learn and fight those cases and stuff. But for me, I'm selling as many items as I can per day, and I'm trying to push out this much content that I'm doing each week. I just let it happen. Just be like, okay, sweet. Send it back and we'll figure it out. And I just follow eBay's guidelines. When you reach out to hotels or casinos, do you go in person or just call them? Definitely in person. And it's called, so I've done a little bit of business to business sales. Some of the hardest sales in the world. I really look up to the guys that crush it in B2B sales. There's this phrase called choking the corporate ladder. So when you go into a hotel, you talk to the guy or gal behind the desk and you pitch them. You do your cold pitch. You're like, hey, how's it going? My name's Jake. I'll just be really quick with you. I run a thrift store, or I run an online shop, or I have experience in buying out, what's it called? Lost and founds. I'm not sure if you guys have like a deal with someone already in place, or if you guys just throw away your lost and found items. But I was just wondering if maybe you're the manager, or if I could maybe talk with the manager that might know what you guys do with the lost and found. And then they're like, oh, yeah, we just don't do that. Sorry. Okay. Yeah, I understand. Overcome that objection. Here's some sales skills. Everyone always says no, no matter what, because of social pressure. Okay. People are awkward. If they don't know the answer to the question, or if they feel like any sort of inconvenience, their first answer every single time is no. So get past the first no. Sometimes it's awkward. Sometimes it's really weird, but that's welcome to sales. Get over their first objection and be like, yeah, I know it's kind of a weird question. Like I probably would not know the answer to it either. But I know that like a lot of times there is like the managers just have more information on this. So you could just at least like just give me the manager's name or his number, or if he's here, if you can call him down, that would be awesome. I just want to talk to him real quick. And then just like, just do it. And then the chances of you getting to the manager are, I'd say, pretty high. And then the manager, depending on the organization, is either in charge of that and already has a plan, or they'll say, hey man, you'd have to talk to the owner. The chances of talking to the owner, a lot lower, but still decently high. Got to overcome those objections, put in the work to get that contact. And then usually the owner is the guy that is like, yeah, just take it. Or yeah, give me $400. Or no, just the way that our systems are set up, it sucks. We have to throw it away. Or oh no, we let housekeeping have first pick. But you can go in there and just take whatever you want and just give me whatever's fair or whatever their answer is. And then sometimes they're like, oh, yeah, this is a franchise, so you'd have to talk to the corporate level manager, and then you got to choke your way up to that contact. So it's a process. If you think it's easy, it's not easy. It takes a really long time. So just if you do it by email or phone call, you will not get. It won't happen. It may happen. There's a very small chance that it'll happen, but you have to go in person for sure. We're just starting out gathering information. Went out looking at our thrift shops today, and it was a very sad thing. We live in Missouri, Ozarks, lots of antiques, glassware, crystal. That's it. Go the second the store opens, and I bet you it'll be significantly better. And then if it's not, go at 9 and then go at 10 the next day, 11 the next day, 12 the next day, 1 the next day, 2 the next day, 3 the next day, 4, 5, 6, and then just keep. They put out good stuff. You just have to be there when they put it out. And again, just like that last story of choking up the corporate ladder, you have to choke your way to find when's the best time to actually go to the thrift stores. One more question. How do you test DVD and VCR combo units? You plug it into the TV and then you put in the VHS, and if it plays the VHS, it works. See if it fast forwards, see if it rewinds, eject it. If it comes out smooth, that works. Then put it in a DV, see if it plays the DV. You see if it plays the media that you put into it. What type of products are you having success with? I'm in video games. Everything. Sounds like you're a little new here. Watch my what sold videos. I literally sell everything, like everything. I sell toys and phones and iPods and clothes and everything. Literally, don't focus on items. Focus on sell-through. The fastest sell-through is always from the strongest brands. If you can find a strong brand in any item, it will sell on eBay. All right, guys, we've been going for an hour. There's 290 people here, and I'm really, 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 really far back on comments. So if you guys have any questions that you are dying to ask, put them in the chat right now. I'll try to answer a few more of them, and then we'll get out of here. If you have asked your question, I just skipped over it. And if you really want it answered, please type it in again, and I'll try to answer a few of them, because I'm gonna hop off here in a second. And I really want. It's really disappointing when you ask a question 27 minutes ago and then you stay on the live the whole time for me to get to it, and then I never get to it. So if any of you have that burning question, go ahead and put it in the chat right now. Will Facebook Marketplace be the new eBay? Probably not, but probably will. No one knows. You have billion-dollar CEOs going against billion-dollar CEOs, and one of them will win. And sometimes a lot of them partially win. So I have no idea. But what's important is not speculating. It's just going with the trends. And honestly, Amazon is better than eBay, but people make millions of dollars a year on eBay. So you don't even have to do what's best all the time. And Amazon has more fees and has more gates and has more things you can't list. So like there's just pros and cons of everything. I think eBay is around for a while for sure. People are asking what was the YouTube channel I recommended, and it looks like Shane put it in the chat a bit ago. It's this one. Oh no, that's Shane's. I also recommend Shane's. Right here, Bama Jaybird Resell. So that's the link right there. Awesome channel. I'm assuming he lives in Alabama. Just kidding. He definitely does. Good channel. Real humble guy, and it looks like he's here to help. So another channel to add to the to the list. All right. Sweet. Well, it looks like no one had really huge burning questions, which is good. So I'll just answer these last few ones. How do we put an item on sale? I see some folks ads say 55% off, etc. You go to My Seller Hub, and then you click on marketing, you click on promotions, and then you go to the top right where it says create a promotion, and then you scroll down to sell event plus markdown. So again, you go to My Seller Hub, you go to the marketing tab. Within the marketing tab, it says promotions. Click on promotions. Then you go to the blue bubble with a little arrow that says create a promotion, and you go to sell event plus markdown. Then from there, you can put in take 30% off, take 15% off, whatever you want to do, and then you can select the categories and all that good stuff. Do you typically write in the description that you offer 30-day returns, or do you find that it doesn't help much with credibility? You guys ready for a secret? All of my descriptions are just a period. Like descriptions, in my opinion, don't help. I sold 26 items yesterday. All 26 of them had no description. It just was a dot. So take that with a grain of salt. Is it necessary to promote an eBay listing when it's sitting too long, but similars are selling? Yeah, if yours isn't selling and you want it to sell, then you can promote it. If you don't care if it sells tomorrow or in 10 years, then don't promote it. But if you want to sell it quickly, then promotions can definitely help. Dyson vacuum cleaners for parting out. Do you pick up everything at the right price, or do you focus on specific models? Yes, anything at the right price I pick up. So I'll pick up the right wallet at the right price. I'll pick up the right toy at the right price. I'll pick up the right Dyson. I'll pick up the right shark at the right price. So it's just price and sell through. If it's $5 and has a 200% sell through rate, I don't care what the item is. I don't care what the brand is. As long as it's not against my morals, then I'm going to sell it. Do you use a cashback card for shipping if you ship with Pirate Ship? Absolutely. That's why I use Pirate Ship. I have a ×3 points on shipping, and we go to like Hawaii and Greece and London and stuff because of it. So it's pretty dope. Make sure you like thumbs up in the chat. It was great. I appreciate that. I want to increase my earnings to 100K. How can I figure out how many items I should list? I'm currently listing 5 a day. Go to my channel. And I have a video called If You Are Making More Than 100K on eBay, Keep Scrolling. That is literally the answer to your question. Just watch that whole video. If we search JRide Flips, will we find you on eBay? Nope, because I am 21 JRide on eBay. So it's 21 JRIDE. Burning question. I asked the Pure Hustle Podcast Discord, and they were stumped. I've recently crept your store and noticed you don't do measurements on clothing. What's your reasoning? It just takes too long, and people. There's a demographic of people that won't buy a shirt unless they have the pit-to-pit measurement, and then there's me, who I'll buy anything between medium and extra large, and however it fits, it fits. So, and those people are significantly less likely to return your item, even though you didn't put the measurements in. It's kind of counterintuitive. The people that are buying my shirts are people who don't really care about fit. So those are the customers that I am targeting. And those are the ones that buy my shirts. And I think I have like a 0.4% return rate for clothing items, even though I don't put in the dimensions. So there you go. That's my reason behind it. All right, guys. What's in the YouTube channel you mentioned earlier? It's the Bama Jaybird. Bama Jaybird. All right, last question. How do you keep track of everything for taxes? For beginners and intermediates, I recommend my Reseller Genie. I think there's a link in the description below. I use a business credit card, and I only make business purchases with that credit card. And I don't make business purchases with any other card or cash, only with that credit card. And then I use a tax accountant who does all of that for me. All right, guys. I appreciate everyone being here. If you guys have any other questions, I'd love to get them into the next chat. I promise you guys I'm not a sellout. This is just the best way to ask questions. I know I missed a ton and a ton and a ton of questions. I'm gonna focus on maybe getting some mods to filter through questions and stuff, so that way I can get to more of them. And then yeah, super chats is the best way, unfortunately. I really hate saying that, but I just can't see them if they're not put right in front of me, because there's so many of you guys asking questions, and I really appreciate that. That's what these lives are for. So I really appreciate everyone being here. Thanks for coming out, and I will see you guys on the next random J Ride Q&A. I love you guys. Thanks.